say the least, and I'm not going to take 10 minutes of you guys' time to explain that I've been busy, but that's the long story short. Just been a lot of different things going on, and I mentioned to you guys that I wanted to redirect my focus to trying to build a production company, so not just spending all my time thinking about YouTube, and that's taken a lot of time out of my day. But regardless, I wanted to talk about, first of all, how you guys doing? Welcome to the video. My name is Jimbo. I'm not going to keep the baby on there. I might bring back that intro because I enjoyed saying that, but the baby just sounded so stupid and childish, and we want to move on, we want to progress. So not make you, want to punch me in the face every single time I do my intro. So we're gonna, make it real simple. My name is Jimbo, and welcome to the video. Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna be talking about Corvettes today, so stick around. It's gonna be good. Now, where did I go? Like, what was I doing? As I said, busy. We're gonna put that out of the way. I'm gonna try and get back to an actual upload schedule, which I'm gonna explain in a second. But we got 3 parts of this video. We already covered 1. Where did I go? And I tried to make that as, clean cut as humanly possible because nobody feels like listening to someone for 3.5 minutes talking about where they went. We're going to talk about 1, upload schedule. That's going to be the part after on what I'm about to talk about. We're going to talk about videos coming up because we got a lot of cool stuff coming. I don't know when the hell it's going to get done, but we have a lot of cool stuff coming. And then we also have, I want to talk about mods to the Corvette because I've talked about, and I couldn't even wrap my head around how many videos I've made talking about me modifying a Corvette, but I've actually bought parts for a Corvette and they're all sitting at my house right now, or almost at my house right now. I have like the shipping notifications, and they're gonna go on the car soon, hopefully. We'll have to see because I might be moving. I don't know. There's a lot of things going on right now. And also I have a motorcycle sitting at my buddy's house that I don't know what I'm gonna do with. Well, I know I want to sell it. I want to flip it. That's why I bought it. But I need to deal with that. But let's talk about videos I have coming up. So what videos do we have coming up? Why even hit that subscribe button? Well, first of all, if you still watch Rob's channel, which, if I imagine if you're a subscriber of me, you at least know who Rob is. We have the 3rd day of the Project Car Challenge coming up. Now, there's the 1st and the 2nd episode are already live. I'll link those, below so you guys can go see them. And I'm also going to be releasing, hopefully, within a few weeks or so, maybe within a month, a director's cut of the whole entire episode, which will be very cool. I'm going to try and make it like a almost an hour-length film total. I think would be kind of cool, to link all the videos together. We spread it across with Rob's video for ad revenue, and then also just nobody really has an attention span of about, more than 5 minutes. So we made each video about 20. But regardless, we wanted to make them each 3 days, 1 video for each day. So I'm gonna see if I can either do 3 videos, director's cut, or make 1 whole long video. Let me know what you guys would rather like, but I'm gonna release a director's cut. So you can watch the first 2 episodes. The 3rd one is still coming. So that's going to be cool to release finally. Hopefully Tuesday, probably Wednesday, but we're going to try for Tuesday. Also, before I was working on the Project Car Challenge stuff, I was trying to finish up some rap videos. Back when EVW wrapped my C4 long ago. I recorded them doing each, they basically laying down each piece of vinyl on that car, including the Lamborghini and then also that bike. And I wanted to release a little, just like a little feature film, just because, well, I said I was going to do it, and that was almost a year ago that I filmed that. So Adventure Drives 3, which has been sitting on my hard drive for God knows how long. But I do need to finish that video. That's something I've had sitting around, and I think I'll probably end up redoing the whole video because you guys act like you guys have seen what has already been cut already. You guys haven't seen it at all. I made a rough cut of that video a long time ago and showed it to some of the people at Adventure Drives, but nobody has any idea what the rest of the video looks like. I showed a preview of it in a video a long time ago, but it had no color correction, no context. Nobody had any idea what was going on. But regardless, that video needs to be finished. So there's that.
I never got to drive this road before because it's always covered in snow. It's open for like a month. So really exciting. Can't wait to see you out there.
Adventure Drives 4, if I ever get the fucking hard drive, because I still don't have it back from JF, but I also owe him a Mavic drone because I crashed this Mavic drone, but he hasn't gave us the footage, so I don't know when we're gonna get it. My Mercedes. Now, I didn't buy that car to make it fast. I had a couple of people say to me, why would you buy a Mercedes to modify or do anything to? And it wasn't, I didn't buy that Mercedes to make it a project car. There are gonna be things I do to it, which I will put on the channel. But it's not, I'm not building it or going to make it faster in any way, shape, or form. I have no intention really of doing that. And I just want to add some creature comforts. I want to put a better radio in it, a head unit, because the one in there doesn't work anymore. In fact, I think it stopped working like the second day I bought it. But it had no, auxiliary input anyway, so it was worthless. I got a set of monoblocks that I'm really, really excited to put on that car, finally. Like, actually nice wheels on that car, because the one on there, not only are they absolutely beat to shit, but they're horrendous looking. You got a big old S-Class, you gotta put some big old wheels on it. You gotta represent, you gotta look nice. And I've got the wheels, I also got some new badges for it, because obviously, being a cheap Mercedes, the front badge is ripped off. I've got a new rear badge for it. I've got a new grill for it. I bought the V12 grill, which was only on the S600s, and it looks a little bit better than the earlier versions of the same grill on the car, so that's exciting. And I've had thoughts of actually painting the car, but in the words of roadkill, the minute you put paint on something, you have expectations for it. A few weeks ago, I ran it into I backed right up against a gate, and I was mad for about 45 seconds, like a solid 45 seconds, and then I stopped caring because I realized the rest of the car looked like shit to begin with, so I couldn't even tell I had hit anything. So the minute I put paint on that thing, especially if I spend any amount of money to do it, I'm gonna get mad if I hit something. I'm all of a sudden gonna treat that car the way I treat this car, and I specifically bought that car so I wouldn't have to treat that car like this car. And then finally, what everybody has been waiting for or has skipped to this part, only after watching that ad I put in the middle of this though. The damn C5, what most people, well, I wouldn't even say most, I'd say 95% of everybody on this channel has subscribed for and wants to see content with. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't have thousands upon thousands of dollars to blow on that car, nor want to blow thousands and thousands of dollars on that car. I just don't think it's worth it, especially because I have aspirations of owning other cars besides a heavily modified Corvette, so that car, there are some things we're gonna do to it. I got some mods on the way, as I said. For instance, we're putting new seats in the car. I've talked about it on and off with like Corbeau A4 seats, and I bought some kind of Corbeau A4 seats. I'll put it that way. I bought some seats. Let me just leave it at that. A proper radio. I'm not gonna spend the money to get a double din unless somebody wants to donate me a double din, because just so you guys understand how retarded expensive it is to put a different radio in a C5 Corvette. And the people who own C5s know exactly what I'm getting at right now. When you buy a double din radio for those cars, you can't just buy the radio. C5 Corvettes have what I would call a 1.5 din space to put an aftermarket radio in. So no matter what, you have to get a dash kit. If you get a single din or a double din, you have to get one. I can't just buy like a $20 or $30 chintzy little, plastic piece that holds the radio in just perfectly, because it doesn't fit. It's a 1.5 din. It's just small enough so it wouldn't fit a proper size double din. You have to buy the entire centerpiece plastic console mold, right, in order to put a double din in there. So, and you want to guess how much those are because it's a whole trim piece. Those are like $330, $350. So instead of spending, you are now virtually spending double to put a radio in your car. And everybody knows that they're gonna if they put an aftermarket radio in their car, they're not gonna wanna do it again. Like, you're not gonna want to, it's a pain in the ass to put one in, which is why most people just pay someone else to do it. You're not gonna spend the extra money to be like, you know what, I want a single DIN now. I mean, I want a double DIN now. Because virtually every feature on a double DIN you can get nowadays on a single DIN. So in order to get a proper double DIN radio for a C5, you're not gonna pay, including installation, let's say, you know, between $200 to $400. You're gonna spend more along the lines of probably $750 to $800. That's a lot to swallow, and that's something I don't want to swallow. I do not want to be fucked by Corvette. So I'm probably just gonna go the cheap way and buy a single DIN. Maybe I'll get one of the pop-out single DINs. My problem with those is then they cover up the top vent on the C5s, which sucks. But from what I've been told, it's not the end of the world, but you know, they do look a whole lot worse. Like, it's like proper early 2000s looking bad. So there's the radio. That's not that big of a deal. The seats aren't that big of a deal. You know, that's cool and all. I'm putting the original shifter back in the car. I didn't like the B&M shifter, the short throw on it. You know, some people like the notchiness. I don't like the notchiness. I really like the ability to like just really throw it into a gear. You know, that was something I missed when I drove my C4, so we're gonna put that back in the C5. And no worries, the C5, the throw on the C5 is just as long as the C4. It's like you're, you know, rowing a rowboat when you shift that thing. And I like that, so we're gonna put that back in. And speaking of things breaking, I gotta bring it up, you know, the word of the day, wheel hop. You thought I forgot about that word. We actually got, well, not we, I did, I paid for it. I paid for a rear diff mount. And I also bought new tie rod ends for my C5 because, according to Paul, those things were both going bad in the car. And it makes sense. The car has 92,000 miles on it, and I don't think a single mile of, you know, that 92,000 has really been light. That car's been driven hard its whole life, but it's also been maintained, which is a key thing. You know, I mean, you can beat on an LS for a long time before it really starts saying fuck you. But regardless, you know, I'm going to keep up the maintaining part. And I wanted to replace what's going bad. So the rear differential mount, which supposedly should help with the wheel hop or get rid of it, and then also the tie rod ends, because the left rear outer tie rod, the wheel is going like this. That's not good. So as we speak right now, that's done. We've also put the old exhaust back on the car, which you guys are going to hear. That's going to be a separate video, but I'm looking forward to hearing that car make a whole fuck ton of noise again. And I don't mean like a little bit of noise, I mean like a lot of noise. Like, it was still loud with the stock exhaust on, but it just sounded like ass. Like, I didn't like listening to it. And for as little as I've driven it, just for context, I've probably driven that car this month. Well, not this month, including last month, I think a total of 3 times. It really sucks when you're working a lot, you're out of town a lot, because I have been out of town a very large amount for the last couple months. And you know, you can't drive the car, and it's discouraging to drive the car because every time you drive the car, you think you're gonna break it. And then on top of that, it's cold. So it's just really depressing to drive a car, especially when, you know, the seats in that car suck. You know, I don't like the short throw, just a lot of stuff wrong with that car. So I want to take some steps to remedy that. I bought line lock for the car so this thing can do proper burnouts without blowing, you know, my rear brakes out. Well, it wouldn't blow them up, but just wear them out. And I also ordered one of my favorite things I can't wait for. I bought the MSD plug-in ECU for 2-step on this car. I keep saying as if I'm in this Corvette right now. For the Corvette. I bought 2-step for the Corvette. So that was, I think, like a $230 like little box that I get to plug into the ECU. Well, Paul will plug into the ECU because I don't have a damn clue as to what I'm doing. And then we can set the RPM, and this thing will make a good amount of noise. It'll make very nice noises. And finally, the last mod of the car, what I really wanted to do to this thing, as I said, I wanted to make it faster. And the problem with my car at the moment is, for bolt-on stuff, there's really not much else you can really do to my car anymore. It's got good heads, it has a good cam, it's got a good tune, it's got a good exhaust on it. It looks bitchin', I love the blacked out look. I mean, there's really nothing else that I want to do to the car. It looks great as is. It's got an aftermarket intake, the cold air intake, and then the, you know, actual intake on the engine. But I mean, there's nothing really else to do. It's a bolt-on car. It's got everything on it. Like, besides really making stupid power, like the next step is forced induction. That's what you do. Or nitrous. And please spare your comments of you're gonna blow your car up, because that's the first thing you're gonna type. And the second thing of good luck finding nitrous because it's expensive. I didn't realize how cheap nitrous to begin with was. You know, I didn't know that it was like 40 bucks a refill of a 10-pound bottle. Now it's like $75 to $100. I didn't know that. But that will not stop me from running nitrous in that car. The cheapest way to make, I really would like to make on that car, it's a stock LS1 bottom end, and once again, people are gonna think I'm gonna blow that thing to smithereens. I'd like to make 600 wheel in that car, and then once I make 600 wheel and I have fun with that 600 wheel and I get a better, maybe if I was in the 10s in the quarter, I don't know if that would equate to, you know, being in the 10s if I'm making 600 horsepower. The drag racer gurus and my channel who like to, you know, tell me I'm a fucking idiot, please correct me on my math here. But if I ran 10s in the car, maybe I could borrow a friend of mine's slicks or something like that and throw them on the car for a pass. But after all that's said and done, the car looks good, sounds good, it's faster. I'd like to put like a 150 shot on the car because it makes 460 right now. To the wheels, supposedly, according to, you know, Andy DFR's dyno. So 460 at the wheels. If I put, you know, a 200 shot on that, excuse me, 150 shot, 460, 560. That car's never run nitrous before, and you know, it's running 150 shot on a car. I don't think is very unheard of. You know, from what I've read online, it seems to be a pretty safe thing to do on those cars. Maybe not on a complete bolt-on car the way mine is. But I think I could get away with doing that, you know, for a little amount of time. Maybe I'll bump it down to 100 shot, and I'll probably add in like some gauge pods on the side or something and make the interior look a little bit more like, you know, Racer Boy, Ricer-esque. I don't know, just to, you know, live my Fast and the Furious dreams just a little bit, not like C4 Corvette neon bad, but at least a little bit like early 2000s Fast and the Furious nostalgia. Maybe put some like nice like interior lighting, not ridiculous, but something. But that's it. I'm gonna try and upload a little bit more frequently now because, you know, I've gotten emails from people, I've got people asking me, you know, where did you go? Did you die? You know, and you know, it's funny because I didn't even realize how long it had been since I had posted. You know, you work very hard at one thing and you look back at the YouTube channel and you're like, oh, I just realized I haven't posted in almost a month. That's a problem. I apologize for that. I know some of you guys enjoy watching my videos a lot, and you know, some people think I should just go die, which is perfectly fine. Keep watching my videos, you know, good for me, makes my ad revenue. But regardless, you know, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for watching. Look forward to good stuff on the channel. You know, I think I say that at the end of a lot of videos, and you know, I don't think very much comes of it, but I've got a lot of videos that I just really want to grind out, get them out there so you guys can watch them, so they're off my plate, off of, you know, what I got to think about, and you know, just show you guys some very cool content. There's a lot of things I've wanted to, you know, produce, haven't done it, so we're gonna make that happen. So thank you guys for watching. I guess all of y'all have a fantastic day.